guys, it's Stock Curry, and today I'm going to try to do a very objective and unemotional analysis on AMC given the numbers that we currently have. Now, there is a strong argument to be made that the numbers, especially these short interest numbers, are not accurate. And there's a lot of evidence to back that up based upon some evidence of naked short selling, synthetic shares, failures to delivers, and things like that. The problem with me as an analyst is at some point, I have to take the numbers that are given. Otherwise, I can't analyze the stocks. If I focus on the possible numbers, if I focus on the theories and the hypotheticals, then all I'm able to do is guess. And I don't want to guess. I want to give you guys a really good objective analysis. In order to do that, I have to use the numbers that are given. So if the numbers that are given are accurate, then my analysis should be good. If the numbers that are given are completely wrong and completely misreported, keep in mind that here in the United States, short interest numbers are self-reported, and so we don't actually have good numbers on those. So just keep that in mind. But if the numbers are not accurate, then that means my analysis is wrong as well. But like I said, at some point, I've got to take the numbers that are given in order to do an analysis. Otherwise, I can't analyze the stock. So in this video today, we're going to go off the assumption, which may not be correct, but we're going to go off the assumption that the numbers being reported are accurate. And then I'm going to give you guys a very unopinionated and objective analysis on AMC to the best of my ability. Obviously, this is still my opinion because I have to throw in a little bit of assumptions with any analysis. And so keep that in mind. I think this is going to be a very lively discussion in the comment section because the numbers that are being reported right now are not looking too good. But I'll get into all those details in a minute. I am going to talk about a few stocks that you guys have requested, such as Wish and Wendy's. And of course, I'm also going to cover our top 10 YouTubers. All right, let's get into today's video. For those of you guys who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks from the top 10 YouTubers. I give you both the cliff notes from the top 10 YouTubers, as well as my analysis on what they said. If anything I talk about today piques your interest, make sure you listen to who talked about that stock and then go watch their video to get the full details on what they said. Now, all I ask for putting all of this together for you guys is that you hit that like button, subscribe, click the bell icon, and then click all so that you can get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. Alright, before we get to today's stock picks, I just want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor and none of the YouTubers I analyze are financial advisors either. Nothing I talk about today is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. These are just my opinions which may or may not be accurate. Please do your own research before investing in any asset. For those of you who are wondering, you're currently looking at the Webull desktop app. Webull is the app that I use for my trading, and it is also the app that I use in all of my videos. If you'd like to get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull is going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850. Alright, let's talk about the markets real fast. Now, the past 2 days have been pretty flat in the markets, and I do think we're going to get another flat day on Wednesday. It looks like everybody is just waiting with a bated breath, trying to see what the CPI numbers are going to look like come Thursday. And so I don't really expect to see a lot of huge movements in the stock market overall on Wednesday. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. One thing I am still planning on doing is I'm still planning on selling a lot of my short-term plays on Wednesday. I did sell some today, however, then I turned around and bought a few other short squeeze stocks again. But I'll explain details on exactly what I did when we get to the actual stock picks. For now, let's just go ahead and get right into today's stock and crypto picks. Okay, first up is Ethereum. Stockmo said he bought more ETH on Monday. Stockmo has a plan to consistently dollar cost average into ETH. He buys ETH every Monday, no matter what the price is. That said, ETH is dropping right now. Stockmo said if ETH drops below $2,000, he would be nervous about ETH possibly dropping down to $1,500 or $1,800. ETH bounced right off of support at $2,300 today, but the RSI and MACD both continue to drop. So I do expect to see some more downward pressure on ETH and the other cryptocurrencies overall over the next few days. However, once the short squeeze bubble bursts, and I'll get into that a little bit more later, I do expect to see money rapidly flowing back into crypto. So I think later this week, or possibly this weekend, would be the best time to buy back in. StockMo is using this current drop as an opportunity to load up on ETH. And just to be clear, while you all know I sold my short-term crypto positions, I did keep my long-term positions. I have not sold those and I have no plans to do so. Alright, let's talk about AMC. This is AMC Movie Theaters. And Tom Nash reviewed another mainstream media interview today and gave his thoughts. The important takeaway is that the mainstream media is now talking about naked shorting and other illegal practices. And that is the kind of attention we need in order to force the SEC to step in and actually do something about this. Also, Keenan Grace did another video today where he broke down some numbers to see if insider selling that the media has been reporting about is actually as bad as the media has been saying it is. He did a pretty good job showing how the insider selling is actually quite small and irrelevant to the overall picture. Just one thing I want to point out is that Keenan Grace used the recount numbers from June 2nd to show that the institutional ownership was at 24%. But a lot has changed in the last 2 weeks, especially with the recent $11 million share offering and institutions loading up on AMC over these past few weeks in order to join the short squeeze. So as we can see on Fintel, the institutional ownership is currently at 30%. So this is just a friendly reminder to make sure that you're using the latest numbers when you analyze AMC. Okay, so what is my price prediction for AMC and where do I see it going from here? Well, as Keenan Grace showed us, short interest is down to 11.88%. About 40% of the shares that were borrowed have been returned. That still leaves 60% of short sellers still holding the stock. So I would say that we are in the midst of the short squeeze, and it is absolutely not over yet. AMC could still double from here. I'm going to lower my price target on AMC from $250 down to $100. That is partially due to the fact that short interest is now down to 11.88%, but it's mostly due to the fact that retail investors are selling shares at much lower price points than I thought they would. It would appear, just from the numbers, that retail investors are selling out of AMC at any price above $60 and putting their money into other short squeeze stocks. I'm not saying this is the right or wrong thing to do, I'm just reporting the facts. Even I sold 15 out of my 20 shares today in order to lock in my initial investment on AMC. I am now holding my remaining 5 shares forever. I'm really happy about that actually, because I was originally only going to hold 1 share, but by buying 20 and then selling 15, I'm now able to hold 5 shares with no risk of loss on my investment. I'm playing 100% with house money at this point. Okay, all of that said, let's take a look at the technicals on AMC. On the 1-hour chart, we can see that AMC continues to trade above the blue trend line. That is very bullish and might point towards more upside potential on AMC on Wednesday. I would not be surprised to see AMC reach $65 on Wednesday. Now on the daily chart, we can see that AMC did in fact rise above the bull flag, but it did not actually break out like I thought it would. That points to the short squeeze losing steam, and that is backed up by the drop in volume that we've seen over the past few days. So I do expect continued slow upside on AMC, but I don't think we're going to see any more major pops to the upside like we saw on, say, Wednesday of last week. Next up is APXT. This is a SPAC and they're merging with AvePoint, which is a data management company that is specifically focused on the Microsoft Cloud. Chris Zane said APXT is slowly waking up and he thinks it's about to explode. Personally, I think if you're going to try and play a SPAC short squeeze, then go for CCIV, which is the most shorted SPAC on the market. CCIV is a SPAC that is merging with Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors is an American EV company and a competitor to Tesla. The merger has been pushed off until the third quarter of 2021. StockMo said that in addition to a possible short squeeze coming on CCIV, that CCIV may also be running up due to Rivavan IPO, which is bringing to light just how undervalued CCIV is. CCIV is up 42% over the past month. But as Larry Jones mentioned, short sellers started putting out more hit pieces today in the media to try to get people to sell. So expect to see some more short-term volatility on CCIV. StockMo reiterated his $30 to $40 price target by the end of this year and gave a $60 to $70 price target for the end of next year. Next up is CLOV, and this is a short squeeze. This is Clover Health. This is a Medicare Advantage provider. Dead Inside came back from a long hiatus yesterday, and today he released a video talking about CLOV. Dead Inside had made a lot of statements about how certain companies like CLOV were good fundamentally, and then their stocks dropped significantly after he mentioned them. The fact that CLOV is now up over 100% on the year is proof that a company's stock price is not related to the value of the company. If you pick good companies like Clover Health, then eventually they will reach your price targets, even if it takes a short squeeze to make that happen. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Patience will make you a millionaire in the stock market. Dead Inside never sold his stocks that were down 30 and 40%, and now he's up massively. That said, Dead Inside did give a warning about investing based purely upon momentum like we saw back here. If he had done that on CLOV and then the short squeeze had never happened, he would still be out a lot of money. All of that said, Dead Inside sold his CLOV today and is now out of the position. Both Chris Sane and ZipTrader also recommended selling CLOV, and I agree. Next up is FCEL. This is FuelCell Energy. This is a renewable energy company. Chris Sane rated FCEL a hold and gave a $14 price target. Once FCEL hits $14, Chris Sane recommends selling at around $19 or $20. Next up is GNOG. This is Golden Nugget Online Gaming. Chris Sane said GNOG has started to wake up. GNOG did break above its downward trend line today, and that is very bullish. So given this change in the technicals, there is a chance the GNOG has bottomed out and will not in fact go back down to the $11 range like I thought it would. We'll have to watch over the next few days to see if this upward momentum can hold, but so far this is very bullish action on GNOG. Chris Sane called it and gave a $30 price target. This could end up being a play that Chris Sane was correct on and I was wrong on. Next up is NIO. This is NIO, and they're a Chinese EV manufacturer. StockMo likes NIO as the EV stock with the highest growth potential. NIO has already exceeded StockMo's price prediction for this week. He thinks NIO will get to between $47 and $48 in the next few weeks. Personally, I have a $60 year-end price target on NIO. Next up is TSLA. This is Tesla. This is an American EV manufacturer. StockMo said TSLA is struggling right now, with it being down over 3% over the past month. Despite that, TSLA still has plenty of upside potential with the average analyst price target at $800. Next up is WEN. This is Wendy's and they're a fast food chain. WEN was up over 25% today, pushed higher by retail investors. What's interesting though is that WEN is the exact opposite of a short squeeze stock. As of May 14th, WEN only had a short interest of 4%. There are millions of shares available to borrow, and the borrow fee is quite low at only 0.4%. So why did retail investors push WEN higher today? The only news is that Wendy's is reopening restaurants in the United Kingdom. To me, the jump in price today seemed to be too big of a jump for that kind of news. And short sellers appear to agree. WEN experienced a short volume ratio today of 25%. Over 21 million shares were shorted today on WEN. Now it's not clear how many of those were day trades, but considering that WEN normally has a short volume of between 200 and 400,000 shares, and today it was 21 million shares, points to short sellers taking today's run up as an opportunity to short the stock. So that's why I say WEN was the opposite of a short squeeze. During a short squeeze, shorts are covering and closing out their short positions rapidly. Today, short sellers rapidly opened new positions on WEN, no doubt significantly increasing the short interest. This kind of run-up is actually quite scary to me, because when we see massive run-ups in the market without supporting reasons behind them, that is often the sign of a top in a speculative bubble. I think there's a good chance that this week or next week could be the end of this run-up in short squeeze stocks, and we could see them drop significantly starting towards the end of either this week or the end of next week. There are two catalysts that could make that happen. One is the CPI inflation numbers coming out on Thursday next week, and the other is the Fed meeting next week, and especially pending Fed announcements on Wednesday and Thursday next week. Today's run-up in WEN just gives me more conviction to sell my short-term plays on Wednesday because I think the top is near in the short term on a lot of these meme stocks. And last we have WISH. This is Wish, and they're an e-commerce website. Wish has become Reddit's next target. The stock was up 50% today on retail buying. It was also up another 30% after hours. The short float as of May 14th was only 8.57%, so this isn't a strong short squeeze stock. Instead, this is a stock that is severely undervalued. The average analyst price target is $20.50, which represents a 76% upside potential from Tuesday's closing price. Personally, I have a $15.50 price target on WISH based upon this orange resistance level that you can see here. I purchased 100 shares of WISH at the market close on Tuesday, and I am looking to sell them on Wednesday. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Now I know this is going to be a very lively comments in the comment section today, so please remember to keep your comments respectful. Please don't call other people names or put other people down. Just remember that we all have our own opinions and our own thoughts on these different stocks, and we may or may not be correct or accurate. We're all here to learn and discuss and talk about these things together. So please be respectful in your comments. Go ahead and comment down below what you think is going to happen with AMC as well as some of these other short squeeze stocks. And if you want to get some free stocks, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull is going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850. They're also going to give me 1 free stock, so it helps you out and also helps the channel out. Now, for those of you guys who are not in the United States, I know that I've talked a lot about interactive brokers and recommended you guys go trade on interactive brokers. I just notified in the comment section yesterday that the $1,000 in free stock is no longer available. I guess once 30 people sign up for it, you can no longer use my referral code and get the free stock. So I have reached out to interactive brokers. I'm going to try to get on their affiliate program, which will allow me to do a lot more than 30 referrals. So just be patient with that. I'm working on getting a new link that'll allow you guys to continue to get free stock. Okay, finally, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon if you haven't already. I hope you guys have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.